Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today, I'm joined by Mike Hardman of the Chicago Blackhawks. Mike, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, so how have you been, man? I mean, this time last year, you were preparing for a season that might not have even happened at Boston College. You play the season out. You signed your first pro contract. You play with the Chicago Blackhawks. What has this all been like?
Yeah, it was a really cool process. Obviously going into the year, I was really hoping for a college season. My freshman year was, obviously a blast, and just the way it ended was pretty tough. But this year it was definitely different. But all the COVID stuff going on, it was a bit strange. But it was really nice that we got to play. We played a total of 24 games, so that was really cool. And just be able to go to the NCAA tournament was awesome too. But yeah, signing my first contract was definitely a moment I'll never forget. It was I remember I was back home in Hanover when I signed the paperwork with my family, and it was definitely a cool moment for sure. But yeah, it was really fun 6 weeks out there, and I'll definitely never forget it.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing I got to ask with the college season, did you guys know at some point that you're going to have a season? At some point did you guys know, okay, this is really going to happen?
Yeah, we were told in September that there was that we were gonna play in November. So we had a longer time to practice and work out and all that stuff. So it was definitely a bit tough because the season usually starts in October, and you definitely want to play games. But just the fact that we knew we were gonna play was exciting. And just like I said, it was tough way the season ended my freshman year, so we were ready to get back at it.
Yeah, I got to give you guys a lot of credit for making it happen, especially to the NCAA. So you said you're from Hanover, the Boston area. What made you choose Boston College, and what was it like growing up in this area with the hockey culture?
Yeah, I mean, I remember visiting BC, and the moment I stepped on campus, I wanted to go there. It was just I went to prep school, and there was a few schools that I was looking at in Boston, and some of the schools were in the city and didn't really have a campus feel. So when I got to BC, it just kind of felt right. And I remember just touring around the hockey facilities, and it was second to none. The locker room, the rink, it's just an incredible atmosphere. And the coaching staff there I think it's one of the best in college hockey, with Coach York, Coach Ayers, and Coach Buckley. So yeah, I mean, it was my 2 years there, two best years of my life. And I mean, it was if I could do it all over again, I would go to BC in a heartbeat.
Yeah, those are great reasons. I mean, I've been to that arena for a few hockey games, and what I love about it is you walk in and you see the banners and just the history and tradition, and can only be a lot more fun playing in it. So before then, you went to the BCHL after playing in the USHL for one season. How did that work itself out, and why did you go to the BCHL?
Yeah, it was my when I was in the USHL, I was in Des Moines, and we kind of had a struggling team that year. I think we were second to last in the league, and the coach who recruited me, Dave Allison, he was our coach last GM, and he ended up getting fired at the end of the year. So I was committed to Union College at the time, and the coaches there were kind of saying to me that they want to see who the new coach was and the new general manager, all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I kind of had a talk with Union, and I kind of told them that I wanted to go out to the BCHL and just kind of explore that league, and they were totally on board with it. And I knew a couple of people from Boston that actually played out in West Kelowna, and they loved it. So I kind of just trusted what they were saying, and I ended up going out there, and it was definitely a great year out there.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for you, and I've realized it's worked out for many people. I know Jay O'Brien, before transferring to Boston University, he went out there, played really well, and I think it just shows that it can be the right decision. So one of the questions I'm wondering, Hockey East is a lot of great places to play on the road. I think UMaine comes to mind for a lot of people, but did you have a favorite place to play on the road?
So I never played at UMaine, but I heard UMaine's awesome. But I'd say, besides obviously playing at B was really cool because it was the BCB rivalry. But I would say my favorite place to play was, definitely UVM. I thought we played my freshman year. We played 2 games at UVM on the road there, and it was a packed barn, kind of an older rink, and I know the fans are pretty nuts. So I really enjoyed playing there, and I think we ended up sweeping that weekend, and they're both really close games. So it was definitely a cool rink to play at.
Yeah, it's a great place. I definitely want to get up there for a game. I thought you were going to pick my school, Providence College, because you guys had our number this year. I remember that 8-1 game. You guys really took a dance on Schneider Arena. But so coming into this season, with COVID-19 and, obviously a shortened season, did you at some point think it would be your last season at BC, given, I think kind of people had an idea that Spencer Knight, Alex Newhook, and Boldy might be leaving too because they're already like the top prospects on their team, or did you guys just want to really play it out and see what happened?
Yeah, I mean, going into the year, I mean, I knew that, it could have been my last year, but I didn't really think about it too much. I think I just trained, really hard last summer, and just trying to have a good college season. And I was hoping for a bean pot. I was hoping for a hockey East tournament and a national tournament. So, I know we all wanted to win at least one of those, and so I think we were all just training to, to do that. And so, yeah, for me personally, I wasn't really thinking about it too much, but just wanted to go into the season and try to, play a college hockey season, and that was kind of so up in the air the whole summer. So, but yeah, I mean, it was, those guys are all my best friends. I played on the line with Matt and Alex, and they're 2 awesome guys, and they're 2 great players. So it was really cool to see them do really well in their pro hockey stint after the year.
Yeah, for sure. They're off to a great start, just like you. So obviously that hard work paid off, and you got your first NHL contract with the Blackhawks. Take me through that. What was that like?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I said before, I signed, I think, 3 days after the season in Hanover with my family there, and went out to Chicago and had to quarantine for 7 days, the whole, NHL COVID protocol. So that was pretty tough. But I remember just, practicing my first week after that, and went on the road trip to, I think it was Detroit, Nashville, and Columbus. So, practice out there, watched some games, and then, got my first game versus Tampa Bay, and that was really cool. I think just playing against the defending champs, your first NHL game, just seeing guys like Victor Hedman and like Kucherov, all those guys playing out there, it was pretty sweet. And yeah, I mean, like to be able to play in 8 games to end the year, it was definitely a dream come true. And I'm really excited for next year.
Yeah, it's something you won't forget, and a lot of momentum to build off of going forward. I'm amazed how fast you guys are gone in terms of from college to pros, because you guys signed the contract a couple days after the season ends. You look at football and basketball and baseball. There's a couple months in between the draft and guys signing. I think it's amazing how you guys go from playing college and like you said, just a couple weeks later you're going up against Victor Hedman and Steven Stamkos and those guys. So can you run me through what the practice facility is like for your pro team, and even what it's like going into the United Center and seeing all those banners with the Blackhawks and even the Bulls?
Yeah. So the practice rink, it's called Fifth Thirds Arena, and it's literally right down the street from United Center. So that's where all the practices are, and the pregame skates were usually at United Center. So yeah, I mean, it was really cool just to look at the banners and see 2010, 13, 15 that they won Stanley Cups, and being kind of just being in the locker room with guys like Patrick Kane and Duncan Keith, those guys who are going to be future Hall of Famers. So yeah, it was definitely it's a crazy experience. And but yeah, I mean, it was just to be able to play the last 2 games with fans in United Center, just hearing from people that it's definitely it's a crazy rink with the fans. I kind of realized that right when I got there. It was the last 2 games versus Dallas, where there was like 5,000 fans in each game. So just it's crazy how like the fans make a huge difference in a hockey game. Even this year in college too, kind of wasn't really the same with no fans. You kind of miss that. So the last 2 games in Chicago were awesome with those fans. But yeah, I mean, the facilities in Chicago are awesome, and just to be able to see what it's like to be in the NHL for that 6 weeks, it was really cool.
Yeah, I'm really happy you guys were able to, get some fans and you got to see what that was like. And, hopefully by fall, a full crowd probably. So you take me through those 3 guys in the locker room, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, and Duncan Keith. What's it like, you walk in the locker room and, those guys are leading the charge, and what do you learn from those guys?
Yeah. So, Jonathan Toews actually wasn't here. He didn't play this year, so I didn't end up getting to meet him, but Kane and Keith were awesome guys. My first day coming to the locker room and meeting them, they were, really welcoming, and I kind of just got to know them, pretty fast. It was weird, watching those guys on TV, my whole life, and then being able to, play on the same team as them was pretty cool. And it's crazy how you're in a locker room with them and you kind of just talk to them and you kind of just have no idea. It was really cool to be able to talk to them, but also practice and kind of learn some hockey tips for them, just going over the systems and what to do on a forecheck or a back check, stuff like that. So I mean, it was pretty awesome. And like I said before, I'm really looking forward to going back and seeing those guys again.
Yeah, it's great to have guys like that can show you the way. Not only just want to win, but know how to win and have proven it over and over again. So what is next for you in terms with the Blackhawks? I know obviously you're under contract. We've gone over that, but how are you getting ready this summer to get back to a regular season and having full fans?
Yeah, so I started working out 3 weeks ago with Dan Boothby. He's the Northeastern strength coach, and so I've been working out with him for the past 4 summers. So he has a facility in Hingham, Mass, right near my house. So it's I'm actually working out with Adam Gaudette, who plays in Chicago as well. So it's me and him working out Monday through Friday, and then skating 3 times a week. So definitely trying to get back into really good shape and go back there and obviously make a push to try and make the opening night roster. So it's I know it's a really important summer, but it's been awesome so far. Just focusing on hockey and trying to be in the best shape going into it.
Yeah, it's a great plan you have going. So how close are you with the guys that grew up around here? I know obviously Matt Boldy, you played with him. He's from Massachusetts as well, but is there like an inner circle of Massachusetts guys your age that you grew up playing hockey with that you still train with?
Yeah, I think I also train with Ryan Shea, who is in the Dallas Stars organization, and there's some college guys that play at Northeastern that also work out after me. But I mean, like, I'm close with a lot of guys like you mentioned earlier, Jay O'Brien. I'm really close with him, and guys like Aiden McDonough and like a lot of Hockey East guys. It's crazy how BC, BU, Northeastern, Harvard, all of us, obviously we're rivals on the ice, but we're all buddies off the ice. So I mean, I know most of those guys, and I see them out like for getting dinner, getting lunch in Boston. You see a lot of those guys. So it's I know a lot of them, and the hockey world's really small. So it's a lot of guys our buddies around the area.
Yeah, it's great how you guys really stick around with each other, even after signing with different colleges. I think that's very admirable. But Mike, thanks for coming on the show. We'll stay in touch, and best of luck getting ready for this upcoming season with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, have a good one.